Okay then, look at the difference in levels between before going into Esmelis Altered Space and after. Yeah, Shining Palms are pretty amazing. But anyway, it's finally time, go away mouse cursor, it's finally time for our first Enforcer battle. So, before we head through there, we need to check our equipment. What we want here is protection from Seal and Mute, especially. And Estelle has the Gladiator Headband, Joshua has the Vajra, which protects against those status and also provides a lot of stat bonuses, and he also has a Gladiator Headband. So whoever has the Gladiator Belt should probably have the Grail Locket, and Chloe has Buzzer and Crimson Eye. Now, she's not going to be immune to Seal here, which could be a problem. Hopefully it should work out fine. I just really want this magical nuke set up. In terms of orbments, you don't need to be as heavy on Earth arts now because the enemies here are not going to be weak to Earth. However, you do want Clock Down, Clock Up EX, La Crest, and Earth Wall. And not just for this fight, for every single boss fight in this chapter, you're going to want all of those arts. And also, Orbal Down is also very, very good to have here. I believe Joshua has that. Yeah, Joshua naturally has that. And right now, I think even Estelle has... Yeah, she has Clock Up EX. So, we've got those buffs ready. We've got a party set up. There are a lot of potential party setups you can go here with here. I'm going for more of a magic-heavy setup. But, with that done, you may want to keep a save file from here too, because, like I said in the last episode, every chest here is gone forever once you enter this portal. But, I think I'm fine. Let's go. Well, looks like this place isn't distorted. I mean, you know, red sky notwithstanding. And finally, we know what that slot in that device is for. They've put Gospels into them. And again, he's commenting on the fact that we completed all of his riddles. Estelle says what everyone is thinking. Yes, we finally get to beat your face in after all of those riddles that you gave us. Oh, right. Yeah, I guess it's an Enforcer reunion here. Yeah, Bleu Blanc is in a way performing experiments on the people out of curiosity. Just in his usual, very insane, beauty-obsessed way. We still don't know quite what the Professor's goal is, but it can't be anything good. Bleu Blanc will address Chloe if you bring her. Bring her to this fight is actually optional. And unfortunately, we can't have Olivier here. Chloe, don't keep doubting yourself. You can do this. I am so happy to finally be at this moment. This song is called The Fated Confrontation, a very fitting name. Okay, Estelle took a bit of a hit there. So, you want to focus on debuffing Bleu Blanc as soon as possible. As you can see there, he can create clones of himself. However, the clones are not going to redirect your attacks. If you aim Clock down at the original Bleu Blanc, it will still hit the original Bleu Blanc even after he clones himself. And you might also notice, the clones are immune to debuffs, but the original is not. So that's another reason why debuffs are very helpful here, because they let you tell who's the real Bleu Blanc. Now, the clones are actually not that much of a threat, because... oh, you'll see, basically. Okay, what'll Chloe do? Estelle took a big beating there. I'm gonna need to heal her right now, I think. Unfortunately, stealing a crit turn on something kind of pointless, but I targeted the wrong person with the healing. I'm just distracted by this music. This music is amazing. I love how they remix the Enforcer theme. And just in case Estelle goes down, I'm S-breaking. As like a battle theme, it's just so cool. So also, you want to actually target Bleu Blanc himself. In most boss fights with minions, you want to target the minions first. That's very not true of this fight. Bleu Blanc is priority number 1.
How do you like this?
Okay, nice magic trick there, Bleu Blanc. So, yeah, why I said the clones aren't really a threat. They're there just to confuse you. When you hit the real Bleu Blanc, the clones all disappear, and that includes AoE attacks like Death Scream, so really, like I said, no need to worry at all. The balancing clowns can inflict ailments on you and delay your turn and do a lot of other annoying things, but Bleu Blanc himself can summon more of them, so again, Bleu Blanc is priority number 1. You need to take him out first. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and set up Clock Up EX on. I think Kevin needs it the most right now. Clock Up EX is basically going to be your first port of call in these fights. Now, should I go for Death Scream or should I go for Titanic? I think I'll actually just splurge and go straight for Death Scream. But somebody is... actually, this is not that great because... okay, Kevin is at 200 CP. Just thinking about how I do this. What I'm actually going to do here is... I need to make more of these later. I guess I can use my Shelful Dish on Estelle. I actually want to swipe that crit turn with Kevin. Because I can't do it with Joshua because he's casting right now. I don't want to lose that Clock Up EX. And it's always useful to get the double Grail Sphere off as soon as possible in these fights. They can be pretty brutal on hard mode, and this is the easiest one of them. Okay, we've lost a few of our guards, but right now Chloe can probably focus on... actually, yeah, let's just go straight up for Clock Up EX on people, especially Joshua. He kind of needs it. And I guess Josh will go for this on Chloe. It might seem like I'm being a bit passive now. You really, really, really want to put Clock Up EX on everyone as soon as possible in these fights. It will be vital for the later ones. But it's still pretty vital for this one. Okay, there's Wild Card. Wild Card inflicts random status ailments, but I think I'm guarded against most ailments. Okay, right now, I think I don't really have enough, CP to use, her physical attacks here. Okay, Chloe still has a guard, thankfully. And now Kevin. Should Kevin... let's see what Kevin will do here. Yeah, let's actually... yeah, let's Earth Wall. I sort of have to switch up who's dealing the damage and who's, supporting in this fight. That is one good thing about this game's magic system, is that you'll inherently get support arts if you go for offensive arts and vice versa, so anyone you put a lot of arts on tends to be pretty versatile. Okay, death screen goes off. That's kind of bad, and I might wait for a crit or a strength turn for Joshua to go for his S-Craft. In fact, he's still on Sever, isn't he? I think he's still on Sever. Anyway, actually, La Cress might not be except she has the higher magic stats, so I should probably save her turns for hitting Bleu Blanc with spells. Kevin has the slightly lower magic stat, so I think, yeah, he doesn't even have La Cress, does he? Oh well, we do tend to have to make a lot of quick decisions in these fights, but I'm still going to go for this, and I'm definitely going to need to restock my EP charges after this too, because Death Scream is really expensive. Speaking of which, I guess I could just... sometimes I like to keep Estelle around just in case I need to have her use items, like urgently. This is kind of where Estelle's kind of overall mediocre... Huh, do you have some kind of inherent resistance to attack food? I didn't actually know that. That's interesting. Should I go for more damage on you with Death Scream, or should I... Yeah, I want to do this. Okay, there's a Karshik Rain. Actually doesn't do as much damage as I expected it to. Although I think it is a magic-based attack, so that's probably why Chloe's arts defense is pretty solid. And Joshua is going to need some EP charging soon. Okay, Bleu Blanc is going down a little bit in terms of health. Once he hits 50%, then he'll start using his S-Craft. I mean, you shouldn't be surprised at this point. He obviously has an S-Craft. And it's actually pretty dangerous. Estelle is not speed buffed, which could be a problem. But I do want to make the most use out of my Orbital Down. In fact, I might want to just set that up again just to make sure that I don't lose it later. And speaking of setting up things again that I don't want to lose later, can Kevin get... yeah, let's put Clock Down on you again. And I guess Estelle's going to go ahead and... yeah, it's just kind of a shame how... Like, Estelle's an amazing character, but gameplay-wise, she is a little bit of a jack-of-all-trades, master of none. And in a game that heavily favors specialists, that definitely becomes a problem later on. I find that late game Estelle is mostly regulated to just support duty and just being an item and buff bot, mostly because she has nothing better to do with her turn, which is really a shame. The protagonists in later Trails games were a lot better from a gameplay standpoint, maybe a little bit too good, but I would definitely prefer that to having, I get a crit turn next, that is pretty amazing. I definitely prefer that to things like, I'm going to Grail Sphere with Kevin now, to, you know, having your protagonist be kind of useless. Okay, Balancing Clown is going, I'm going to swipe that. Okay, now depending on how this goes, we might get to see his S-Craft soon. I want to show it at least once. Okay, he's getting kind of low.
I'll bring you a fitting end. Die beautifully.
Thankfully, that's only single target. Let's just say we won't have that luxury for the later Enforcer S-Crafts, and leave it at that. So, yeah, that does pretty heavy damage. I forget if it has a status element attached to it, but I'm guessing it does. Can I? No, I can't even chain Bleu Blanc. In fact, I'm gonna get Estelle closer just in case I want to chain him later, because he does tend to go down pretty quickly to chain crafts. And here are my action and cast Quartz, putting in work. Okay, he's getting very, very low. That speed debuff, really does a number on him. As is the case for a lot of these fights. Let's Death Scream. Because once he's down, the Balancing Clowns are really not much of a problem. Okay, can I in fact... Oh, Joshua doesn't even have enough to chain. No, I guess I'll just whack you there. Wow, yeah, he's pretty resistant to physical attacks, it seems. That's kind of interesting. Also, Kevin is no longer Earth-guarded. And I could really use an S-Craft right now from someone, because he's just so close to being down. Okay, yeah, the Chaincraft can only hit things that are in all of the concentric circles, so it can only get that and not actually Bleublanc himself. I don't have anything I can cast really quickly either, because I don't want him to take down Kevin, but I guess I'll have to risk that. Don't hit Chloe. Oh, great, yep. Well, we have to deal with 3 of them now.
What the?
Oh, I know that he sometimes says, so beautiful. I think they have multiple defeat lines, but we have annoyingly another balancing clown to deal with. But yeah, Bleu Blanc himself is down, so the rest of this fight is not going to be that dangerous. Let's just refresh jelly yourself. I might actually need to Chloe S-Craft soon. And I'm going to Orbital down again. Can I take that critical turn? Doesn't seem like I can, which is a bit of a problem. But I can Abyss Fall these 2, although that's going to delay your turn for ages. It's kind of annoying. At least we're not going to have to deal with any more of these. Okay, Earth Lance that. Do you have any, like, area attacks on you? You have this, which I guess I can aim at these 2. Okay, Critical Blue Ascension is going to do quite a lot, so let's aim that at you. Didn't quite go into the area there. Oh, crap. Well, at least I have a lot of good reviving items in Refresh Jelly. Okay, good, finally getting those S-Crafts back. The Balancing Clowns can actually sap away your CP, which obviously means that you won't get to use a lot of S-Breaks in this fight. Okay, Kevin's back to that, but should I? Well, he's out of EP. I really have no choice but to do this. Unfortunately, Estelle's out of range of that, but at least the rest of us get a double Earth Guard. And Estelle's buffs have worn off. I'm gonna get Estelle closer to the rest of us, I guess. That should hopefully finish that thing off. Now I can EP charge Kevin. So I guess now's as good a time as any to talk about Bleublanc's voice actor. It's actually kind of interesting because Bleublanc's voice actor got changed in the Steam version in the patch. He was originally voiced by Troy Baker, the same VA as Olivier, which I guess is kind of interesting from a symbolic standpoint. But he's now voiced by Kirk Thornton. And the reason for that is, unfortunately, a bit of a spoiler that I can't really talk about that much yet, but basically, this was actually a conscious decision by the localizers. They actually liked Kirk Thornton's voice for Bleu Blanc so much that they decided to patch him into this game. And I personally think he does a really good job. I really like Bleu Blanc's voice. It's basically exactly the kind of voice that I wasn't paying attention to Estelle's HP there. Exactly the kind of voice that I'd picture for him. Do I have? I don't have Revival Arts. And if I do that, Estelle's going to miss out on some of the experience. Okay, let's bring you back, and then let's finish this with Joshua. There we go. Okay, him summoning a third balancing clown was a bit annoying. I thought he only did that when at least one of them was destroyed, but that is one enforcer down. However, he was holding back. Someone in the comments is already making a holding back count, and really that's just kind of a pretty common thing in the series. I think it's become like a meme at this point. Nearly every major antagonist you fight is holding back to some extent. Even sometimes your own party members are holding back. But the distortion seems to be gone. But is that a good thing or a bad thing? Also, this is probably why you can't go back to Elsmella's Altered Space. I guess it's time for him to exit stage right. Yeah, this is not the last we'll be seeing of him. But at least we got to extract some revenge on him for those riddles. He even left that gospel behind. Yeah, we don't know. We're maybe gonna have to analyze this. It's probably related to the distortion inside the tower somehow. But in a way, I guess this is mission accomplished for here. 1 tower down, 3 to go. And we can probably be airlifted from the top of the tower, thanks to the distortion being gone. Yeah, you could say that. We went inside a bizarre, freaky, alternate dimension thing, and we also fought the Phantom Thief ourselves. Now, I believe all of the data crystals besides the first one are actually optional, so make sure you get the other 3. Yes, there are a lot of redactions. Maybe we can copy-paste it into a Word document and all of the redactions will be gone! There was a real-life instance of that happening. There was like a redacted like military document, and people didn't realize that if you copy-pasted it into Microsoft Word, all the redactions were gone. Yeah, that actually happens. Sometimes people involved in national security are really stupid. The Shadow Tower, the true self. Yeah, you know, you'd probably have a field day inside there. Yeah, there's a reason why the music track that plays inside those towers is called the Hidden True Form. Those machines seem to have done something, but what exactly? Oh boy, him. This is gonna be a difficult challenge. Bleu Blanc was all about trickery and subterfuge, but now we're gonna go up against someone who's all about brute strength. And unlike Chloe being optional for the fight with Bleublanc, you have to bring Xin to the Volta fight. I love how we're getting to see just everyone all around the region just all coming together to fight this threat. It's just so cool. All the places we've been to, everyone we've met, it's just all coming together. And so it's time to head to the Zeiss region for the Carnelia Tower. The army's already got its hands full. It's just down to us to face off against Volta. Yeah, strange is one way to put it. Yeah, it made sense that Xin was the one who was talking to Kilika back there. Well, I'm guessing with that he actually did, and I'm sure she already knows. So, we have to bring Xin here. We only have room for one more party member. And okay, Shera is very far behind the rest of us. And as you can probably tell, by the time we fight Luciola, Shera is going to be a forced party member. So, I'm actually kind of tempted to bring her here, because I need some kind of arts on my side for this. I was originally going to bring Tita, but I kind of doubt Tita's going to do well against Volta, so I think I'll bring Shera for this one. I'm going to try and spotlight as many characters as I can over these segments, though. So, as we go down to the lower floors, which we have to come through to exit the ship anyway, we're interrupted by Professor Russell because something new's opened up to us now. So, yeah, we now can upgrade all of our Augment slots to level 3. There is a level beyond 2, and we might need to do that to make sure that our EP pools can keep up with the higher cost of our arts. Right now, we don't have access to any, like, level 3 Quartz. But we'll be getting some level 3 quartz eventually, and you do need level 3 slots in order to install them. We should in fact be finding some of those level 3 quartz very soon. I was gonna have to upgrade a few of Shera's slots anyway, because she has a few slots that are not yet level 2. And you do want to upgrade some slots to level 3, even on your physical attackers, because there are some very strong physical attacking quartz, yeah, I know that, that we can get later on too. So, upgrade slot, and if we check Shera, we can see that the slots that were level 2 can now be upgraded to level 3. But first I want to do this. Now, you might also notice that I have a ton of Wind Seepeth. Yeah, the towers tend to give a lot of Seepeth of their matching elements, and not a lot of the others, so I'm a little down on the other elements, but I actually can upgrade Shera's Central slot to level 3 if I wanted to, but I don't know if it might be more worthwhile to upgrade the Central slots of other party members, like, say, Joshua, to level 3. And I'm really lacking Fire Quartz, but thankfully we are going to the Fire Tower, so definitely going to be getting a lot more of that soon. Oh, I can get another EP Cut 4, I may as well do that. Also, if we talk to Professor Russell here, he talks a little bit about how we've actually moved the Capel in here. So we're going to start analysing those data crystals. I'll just say though, don't hold your breath, we're not actually going to be able to read these until the final chapter. I kind of alluded to that earlier. And he's mentioning that now. But speaking of him alluding to things, yeah, we can actually look at the data crystals, but all of them are still under analysis and they're all still pretty corrupted. But he did allude to the fact that we might be seeing more of these data crystals later. So, next time, we'll be heading into Carnelia Tower's Altered Space. See you all then.